What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to Six Cars. It's Sunday here in Lake Como, and this is going to be a big day. We're currently standing in the old town waiting for a ton, and I mean a ton, of massive collector cars to drive through. And when I say collector cars, they are very special. It'll be millions upon millions and millions of dollars rolling through this old town. The streets are lined with photographers and videographers. It is going to be big, so I can't wait. If you guys haven't hit that big red subscribe button already, do it right now because this is going to be a great video. And without further ado, let's flip the camera around and get right into the action. We're just waiting for the cars to arrive. Like I said, look at that nice little Series 1 Elise. We've got this off-road, like classic rally style looking Mercedes back there. That's actually very cool and looks really good rolling through the old town. But there's what I was talking about down there. You guys can see the streets are lined with photographers and videographers just waiting for these cars to roll through. So it's only a matter of time now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think this might be the start. The streets are packed now. So many cool cars have rolled through already, and it keeps getting better. And something is getting absolutely swarmed here. Oh my goodness, got a CLK GTR Roadster coming. Somewhere behind this crowd is an F1 GTR, people. I believe we have the Glickenhaus Hypercar road car. There we go. Wow. Something extremely loud again behind the crowd of people. I think it might be the Maserati MC12 Corsa. Still more stuff coming, ladies and gentlemen. 275 in green. Very old Bugatti, probably worth millions. And here is the Wyra epitome, ladies and gentlemen. One of one. Bizzarini, and another 300 SL. Oh, there's the cars we saw roll in through the town, everybody. MC12 Corsa, CLK GTR Roadster, F50, F1 GTR, the legend itself, with interesting like bubble lights, so it's a little bit different from some of the other ones. And we do have an F40 LM over there as well, so quite the spread. Obviously, just full of legends here in Villa d'Este. I don't even know what else to say, guys. We've seen so many amazing cars today. It's almost hard to put into words just how cool this show really is. So yeah, people, I would be very curious to hear what your favorite pick is from this incredible row of cars. I didn't even mention the EB110 over there before completing this amazing six-pack. Yeah, leave your comments down below. Which one is your favorite from this little lot here? I mean, I don't even know what to say, guys. I would think my pick would probably be the F1 GTR. It is the GOAT after all, but you literally cannot go wrong with any of these cars. The MC12 Corsa, phenomenal, one of the best sounding cars as well. CLK GTR Roadster, of course, 1 of 6. This is not in the traditional like silver that we've seen on the other ones on this channel too. I think this is the 3rd one we have seen now, so that is half of the total production on this car. Man, it looks so good rolling through the town this morning as well. And actually, take a look at this interior. You can see green with this really cool little like stitch or quilted pattern, whatever you'd like to call it, on the seats. Quite phenomenal. Even a green insert, green dash, green steering wheel. So many cool little intricate details on this car. And of course, the rear wing is completely different from the standard CLK GTR coupe as well. Yeah, and then just a close-up here of the F1 GTR, because like I said, it's not every day you get to see the greatest car of all time in the flesh. This one obviously did compete at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, like many other F1 GTRs did. And again, this is a new car for the channel. We've not seen the Frank Mueller F1 GTR before. It's really cool with the orange and black two-tone. It's a great-looking livery. And here's the F40 GTE from the back, all nice and open up. See that big old twin turbo V8 back there. Again, like I've said many times on this channel, my favorite Ferrari of all time, the F40 in any trim, but seeing a GTE or an LM or any of the race versions is incredibly special. That's very lovely. And this dark green EB110 just to top it all off. Just such a good looking car. We saw the Super Sports back in Monaco, so obviously you can tell the difference here. The standards and the GTs don't have those little intakes at the back like the Super Sports do, and these ones do have different wheels. But this color looks phenomenal. Absolutely love it. Suits the car. It's very classy. Here's that one off Lyra Epitome. I believe I completely butchered the name when it first drove by this morning, but it is a one-off. It's quite interesting. It has sort of like a roadster front end, or I'm not even sure what you like to call it, but the color combination on this is just beautiful. It's like almost like a bit of green to this bluish carbon, like a bit of turquoise as well, and these like brushed, I'm going to say gold or silver details on the wheels, on the headlight casings. Looks absolutely phenomenal. I believe the back end has also been stretched on this car as well. Interior wise though, you cannot go wrong with a Pagani. They are all beautiful inside and out. Look at all the little details in there, the exposed shifter linkage. Something very loud over there. But man, oh man, the back end of this car is quite special too. As you can see, it's got its own custom unique wing, and you can also see these like brushed accents around the tail lights as well. There looks so damn good. It's a little bit of a diffuser back here too. I think it might be a bit longer as well. It's a bit hard to tell with everything opened up. But there you go, another one of one custom from Pagani. Yeah, quite the spread here too, guys. Inside Broad Arrow Auction, we have this like, I want to call it like a burnt orange sort of Countach on a white interior. Quite extreme. Yeah, we don't really see the new Countaches around every once in a while again, because very limited. I think 1 of 112. It's very good to see that in a cool color. There's one of my personal favorites in this room, absolutely. The NA2 NSX Type R. So of course you can tell the difference between the NA1, the NA2. This one does not have the pop-up headlights. This is the one from the 2000s, white on red. Cannot go wrong there. We've got a BMW Z8. A nice little Diablo VT there. Look at that, couple of 12Cs. Are, I think, probably a good bargain buy right now, actually. But that, I wanted to back up a bit there so you can see the CLK GTR Roadster. Very rare Mercedes. Hardly ever see them outside of Europe. We've only seen a few on the channel in North America, and I don't think there's too many in black. I think most of them are silver, so very good to see that too. And speaking of rare Mercedes, SLR 722, very nice. Of course, paying tribute to the Mille Miglia success, so very fitting this one is for sale. Well guys, we saw the cars roll down the streets of classic Italy. It was an incredible sighting there, and thankfully we're just getting started. That's the only part of the craziness we're going to see today. The sun is already in the sky, it's shining, already a bit red, but that's okay. We have 2 shows to check out. We're going to check out that big class of cars that has the F1 GTR, the MC12 Corsa, the likes of that at the Villa Erba show, Villa Erba Concorso. And then we're going to head to the Fouri Concorso down the street, which has a bunch of cars we haven't seen yet. And I'm talking big cars, millions and millions of dollars, extremely rare, one-offs, hypercars, you name it, it's going to be there. So let's get back on the road, walking-wise, and check out some more cars. So it looks like the display here on the hill just starts off with a lot of old Italian Formula One cars, which is really always very special to see. Starting off with the Alfa Romeo, they did win the first couple of championships, I believe it was, in Formula One, so that's always special. A Lancia, which is very rare. You don't really ever see these at any sort of event, so it's cool to see that. I love how it's really just a cigar-shaped car, and they just sort of added these body panels on either side. Really quite the I guess breakthrough in engineering or aerodynamics, I guess you could say. It's very interesting. Got an old Maserati there. We have an old Ferrari, which looks to be about like early 60s, I would say, the era we're in with this one. It's so tiny. I mean, you can basically see you essentially just have room for the driver, and that's it. It's a steering wheel, a gear shifter, and some gauges. Safety was not a big thing back then, unfortunately. Here is my personal favorite, though. Obviously, it is a Gilles Villeneuve Ferrari, so yes, extremely special for my fellow Canadian viewers. Again, yes, there's a lot of advancements in the car between the 60s and the 70s. Much faster, much better aerodynamics, but not very much in the way of safety, again, unfortunately. But it's very special to see this car out in the flesh here and parked up on the hill at the Fouri Concorso. And we've got an Alfa Romeo as well, pretty iconic livery on it. Really cool looking front end on this one, actually. It's quite different from some of the other Formula One cars. The front wing especially, it's quite interesting how it's sort of pointed inwards. And you even have these little cooling ducts, I imagine just for the brakes, sitting right behind the tires there. As we'll keep moving down the line, we have a blue Alfa Romeo, which most of the cars in this lineup are all red, so it's kind of refreshing to see a different color. And obviously another era of Formula One. I would assume this looks to be about early to mid 80s. As we keep going forward, we see yeah, obviously the cars are getting much more advanced as we go through the eras here. With this Ferrari, you can see way bigger rear tires, and this one is starting to look more like a traditional Formula One car that we know from, I guess, more modern times. We go back here, we've got another one here, the Dallara. I'm not even sure which team would have been running this car. Either way, though, it does look really cool. Once again, tons of aerodynamics on this, much faster than the old 50s cars that we saw at the start of the line. And then here is a really cool one, and something that probably a lot of people wouldn't even know, but this is a Lamborghini Formula One car. Definitely not too well known in the world of Formula One, but yes, there we go. They do have some history in the sport. And once again, it's not red, it is blue. So kind of cool to see a different color. And then back here we have a far more modern looking variation of Formula One. This would probably be about early 2000s, I would have to say, just by looking at the bodywork. So I don't know if there's a name on the side. I would assume it's a Michael Schumacher car. And oh, there we go. Yes, it is a Schumacher car. So could very well be a championship winning car, considering he did win 5 years in a row, 2000 through 2004. Very cool to see that. And of course, there is another special car, the Countach, which should be the safety car from the Monaco Grand Prix, which we just attended very recently, last weekend. So there we go, the Countach Monaco Grand Prix safety car. There we have the legendary 250 GTO, of course, one of the most expensive cars of all time, and I do like the spec on this one. I don't know if this is one we've seen potentially at Car Week in the past or not, but either way, very special to see a 250 GTO anywhere in any setting, especially here, just on the edge of Lake Como though. And this is a really good looking paint job. It's like a bluish silver almost with the white stripe. Does look really good. It's a NART, so a North American Racing Team variant, blue seats, and even a blue boot in the gear shifter, which does look really good. But the 250 GTO obviously so iconic, and that back end never ever gets old. The fastback styling, beautiful. So many cars have been inspired by the 250 GTO, absolute classic. And there is a much newer looking version of Ferrari's racing history, the 499P. Obviously, it's won Le Mans back-to-back years. The past 2 years, this has been the king. This obviously is what gave the engine to the new F80 hypercar as well. So this is a really significant and important car in Ferrari's history. There we go, F40 LM. Pretty, again, iconic race car from Ferrari. It's cool they have it backed up against the 499P. We've had a couple of very cool F40 encounters so far in today's vlog, and there are plenty of other classic race cars here. We've got a Sterling Moss. Let's see here, we've got another classic Ferrari. This one is pretty interesting. It looks like a 166 MM Exports. I'm not too familiar with this one. I can almost guarantee this is probably likely a one-off because the coachwork is very different looking from any other Ferrari. That is incredibly cool. There's a car we're a little bit more familiar with the MC12 GT1. Obviously the coolest car that Maserati's ever built by far. And yeah, just an iconic car in any respect, the MC12 GT1. So great to see another one of those as well. Pagani has brought out a Imola. I believe there's only like 5 coupes and 5 roadsters of this car, but while it is not technically called a Wyra, it basically is a Wyra. As you can see, the body is extremely similar. There's a lot more aero going on with it. You can see these little gills on the front bumper. You've got a NACA duct right in the center of the hood. But interior wise, while this does look like more of an extreme like track version, of course it is named after a racetrack, the seats on this one definitely look for going for a comfort look. Like you could use this on a long drive. So kind of a mix of both worlds. You've got the race car style body with a more cruiser type interior. So, and obviously you've got the classic Pagani leather straps holding everything down, the carbon fiber tub, and you got the AMG V12 in the back there. You go, nice little 250. I believe it's a short wheelbase. Yes, 250 short wheelbase competition. So another cool race car. This one looks to be, it's either a 550 or a 575 GTC. It's a 550. One of the coolest sounding race cars ever. And yeah, a bygone era of GT1 racing, that's for sure. It looks absolutely incredible though. Get a look at the back here. That's probably my favorite part of this car. The big wing, the huge diffuser, and once again, like I said, that sound from this car, man, it is unmatched. Well, here we have a Diablo SVR, and this event is really making me realize how much or how sorely missed like old GT1 class race cars are. Just imagine if we had today's age like Aventadors, Revueltos, Racing Gates 812s and 12 cylinders, things like that. It'd be so cool. Either way, the SVR is quite special. I want to just get up close here and take a look inside so you guys can see that racing interior. Obviously very different from your standard Lamborghini Diablo. We got the full roll cage. A lot of stuff is gutted out, and yeah, you basically just end up with the essentials you need for racing. But yeah, very cool to see that. We've even got the original driver's suit, looks like, laying on the back of the carbon fiber rear wing. And the coolest part about these Diablo race cars for me is always the back. So much going on here. It's always cut up with a big diffuser. You can see the exhaust sticking out from that rear bumper. It looks fantastic. Here, take a look at this one of one 250 LM. So it's obviously quite different looking from your standard 250 LM, not just because it's green. You can see it has a different front end as well. You want to call it sort of the long nose. It almost sort of reminiscent of like a Porsche 904. That's sort of what I can relate it to, but it's quite unique. Obviously the back, you can see, is very 250 LM. It's the front that's the big difference here. And yes, like I said, it's a very unique green color as well. It's right-hand drive. It's quite a bit going on with this car. And yeah, this is what these shows are really special for. You get to see these weird, interesting one-offs that you just wouldn't get to see anywhere else. Okay, 2 Maseratis here. The MC Extreme, I think we've seen that at a few different shows now. It's very cool. But this is the one that's really got my attention. It's an MC20, but this one is the GT2 Stradale. So Maserati did return to GT racing in that GT2 like customer-based racing series with the MC20, and now they've gone and made a road car version of it. And what's interesting about this right from the get-go is the paint. It's white, but it has a ton of like blue flakes to it, which does look kind of interesting. It's got all the carbon fiber bits on the hood, the louvers. Inside though, let's take a look at what we got in here. The seats look fantastic. These blue buckets, all carbon fiber at the back too. It's a really cool looking car, I must say. The wing looks good. Yeah, this is more what we want to see from Maserati. I think we were a little bit bored of those kind of, I guess you would say, soulless sedans and SUVs they're making. This is what people want to see. So good on Maserati for making a cool car again. And the MC20, or the GT2 Stradale rather, is a very, very cool looking car. And of course there we have the MC Extrema. This one is track only. Obviously, as you can see, it's much more raw than your standard GT2 Stradale. Tons of aero on it, that huge roof intake, big shark fin at the back, giant wing. It's a very good looking car. Here tucked away at the back with the Alfa Romeos is a 155 touring car. So I do believe this would have raced back in like 90s DTM era, but easily one of like the coolest all-time touring cars. There's so much aero on a car that is relatively like unsuspecting in its standard road form, but you can see just how far a body kit can go transforming the car. Yeah, again, another bygone era from motorsport that is extremely cool, and it's always good to see these classic touring cars as well. Great livery too. Here's a car I was very excited to see and was hoping to see, and it is in fact here, the new Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale. It's only making 33 of these in total, obviously paying tribute to the original 33, which is, in my opinion, one of the like most beautiful cars ever built. And I think they've done a great job with this new one too. It's unlike any other design you will see on a road car. There's so many tiny little details, especially in the front end. I do love it. Has like sort of the classic shaped Alfa Romeo grille, but it's like got all these little waves and indents in it. Everything right to the doors and the curvature. It's got like McLaren Senna style windows. Inside, absolutely beautiful. You can see there's absolutely like pretty much zero screens except for the dash. It's a very mechanical analog style to it with the switches and the dials. It's so good looking. And have a look at the back here too. It sort of looks like, I would say, like a Vanquish Zagato almost, with those style of rear taillights. But every aspect, every inch of this car is so good looking, even down to the wheels too, which are reminiscent of the ones you'd see on an Alfa Romeo 8C. Pretty much you cannot find a bad angle on this car. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it is an absolute winner for 6 cars. Okay, we have climbed many hills today, but we have found more cars here at the Concorso Fjord. We've got the CLK GTR race car and the road version as well. I feel like in the last 12 months between here, Car Week, and some other shows, we've seen actually quite a few of these, and they are extremely rare cars. Of course, we saw the CLK GTR Roadster driving through the town as well, and I've got the coupe and the race car variants. So pretty much every type of CLK GTR you can possibly see is here with us in Italy right now. That's very special. This is obviously probably the most iconic livery of the bunch. We've got a classic Sauber Mercedes race car too. I don't know if it's the C9, the 10, or the 11. They are all extremely special though. It's a legend of the Group C era from Le Mans. Let's flip around to the front here, and you can see that is the C11. Okay, so yeah, it's a big tell really with these is the front end of the car. This one is in fact the C11, but man, that is just such a good looking car. Again, an icon of the Group C era from Le Mans. And here is a very cool display. Interesting enough, because it kind of does look like a rally stage already. And it looks like we got a bunch of Lancia rally cars. We got the Group 4 Stratos as motorcycles causing some havoc down there on the road. But it's got the classic Alitalia livery, if that's how you like to pronounce it. Wow. 430 Scuderia is pretty loud. Yeah, a very cool display. As I was saying, got distracted there for a second. The Stratos, just incredible. Such a cool and legendary car. Behind that, we have my personal favorite of the Lancia bunch. Maybe all the rally cars, actually. We do have the 037. Different livery and different car than the one we saw at yesterday's show, so that's cool. We've got 2 037 rally cars here in the span of 2 days. We go Delta S4. This, of course, is way more extreme than your standard Delta HF Integrale. The S4 is the one that competed in Group B, so it's much wider, a lot more aero, it's much faster as well, and another classic iconic livery with the Martini style on it. Man, so cool. I love all the different air intakes as well. It's so aggressive. The coolest era of rally racing, bar none. Then we have the, I guess, more tame Delta, the after the Group B regulations, after they sort of toned down rally cars a little bit, less crazy and much safer. Yeah, we do have a more standard variant, like I said, so a lot less aero on this, but still so damn cool to see all of these Deltas. And this one, if I had to guess, it was probably made for the Safari Rally, because obviously the roads are far more treacherous there. You got to do a lot more work to the body, and yes, there is confirmation right there, the Safari Rally in Africa, Kenya to be exact. But man, that is so freaking cool just to see the difference between a regular rally stage and the Safari Rally in Africa. Okay, we have an Apollo IE here, which is obviously one of the craziest looking hypercars that you can buy today. We will see on the roads today. We have seen, man, I think there's only 10 of them that they're building. I feel like we've seen it probably like at least 5, so I think you would say half of them. That's what it feels like, at least. This one could be the coolest of the bunch, though, because what I did notice is it's a bit of two-tone. There's exposed carbon fiber and blue, but it looks like it actually fades from paint to exposed carbon fiber, which is pretty nuts. I don't really know if I've seen that before on any car. It's extremely impressive. The interior is all blue as well, and on the back, I don't know, might have, yeah, it has the same kind of a fade. It goes from the bare exposed carbon fiber in the middle and then back to blue at the back. And of course, I'll show you guys the back as well, my favorite part of the car. Yeah, so there is the back. Like I said, this is probably the coolest angle. It's got the big shark fin, the crazy wing, and the most unique exhaust design you will ever see. It's sort of like tri-star, almost looks like a flower opening or something. Unfortunately, the car's not on right now, but if you've seen some previous videos, you do know that the Apollo IE is one of the wildest sounding cars on the planet. So we've climbed to the top of Concorso Fiori, finally. There's a lot of hills here, a lot of cars to see, a lot of cool cars at that too. We have 4 Koenigsegg's up here. So we do have an Agera R in the center and 2 CCXs. Now that one does have like a CCXR style wing on the back of it, which is pretty cool. But this one has my heart. I think just the standard CCX is probably the best like looking and the rawest Koenigsegg the company has ever built. And the wheels sort of remind me of the original CC8S, which is very cool as well. And the back end is just so iconic. That everything about this car to me is just pure Koenigsegg. I absolutely love it. We will take another look at the other ones too, but I just want to take a second to appreciate this one first. Here's the other CCX, and I had mentioned it looked a bit different because yeah, it has a CCXR wing on the back, but it doesn't have any CCXR designations. That's quite interesting. But it has a lot of like reddish orange accents you can see around the wheel, and the interior has like a reddish orange two-tone against the standard black, so that's pretty interesting. And then over here we have a full like blue carbon Agera R, which again, just a great looking car, absolutely lovely. And obviously like full carbon fiber wheels. You can see it's sort of the evolution from the CCX over there to the Agera R over here. So bit of Koenigsegg history here. And here is the 4th one. We do have a Jesko as well. There's a lot of music playing inside, so I can't get too close, unfortunately, or the video will get shut down for copyright. But blue and with the yellow accent, so a very Swedish theme to it, obviously. But yeah, Jesko Attack, so it has the wing at the back instead of this like design of the Absolute. Cool to see another one of those as they're finally starting to get delivered. We've stumbled upon the Chimera Automobilia house here. These are the guys that do obviously the Evo 37 resto mods based off of the Lancias. Easily probably the coolest resto mod going right now. They look absolutely fantastic. We've seen them a couple times. Never ever gets old, and they always come out with new specs, it seems. This is definitely one of my favorites though. It's absolutely lovely, the blue on the bronzish gold wheels. There is a Alpha resto mod here too. I believe it's called the Totem, based off the old Giulia. Again, it looks really good, and I just absolutely love all the resto mod, the retrofitted headlights on the front. And if we have a look at the interior in a second, so it has the bullet side mirrors, and then just inside here again, very like retro, modern. It's a good mix of both. It looks fantastic. The dials almost have like a bit of Pagani styling to them. It's lovely. And the cool thing about this is it's about 580 horsepower. So it's not just all about looks. It's very good performance wise as well. Huge Brembo brakes behind the wheels. And there's another lovely Evo 37 here too in dark blue. It looks just so good here with the backdrop at Lake Como. And what do we have here? Oh, it looks like one cover coming off and there's another cover underneath. Interesting to see what's hiding under here at the Camara house. So admittedly, this is a car we was not expecting to see here. We just kind of randomly stumbled upon it. It's the newest creation from Zagato. If you guys haven't seen the pictures yet, I believe it's an Alpine A110 underneath, but it is called the Twin Tail. I think the cool part about this, I believe, is you can actually like pop the back off. Yeah, right there. I believe this part actually separates from the cars. You can have like a super long tail or just a regular long tail, but look at the stance and just the silhouette of this car. It's unlike anything I've seen before. It looks absolutely fantastic. Let's see if I can get close to the interior as well. You can see it sort of has like McLaren Senna style passenger windows. We'll go up to the side here now. Don't want to get into too many people's pictures, but yeah, it's a very just raw looking Alpine interior with the blue bucket seats. I think it looks fantastic. Okay, so I actually did want to show this particular Camara 37 off a little bit more in detail because I did notice on further inspection it's quite different from some of the other ones. It has a much more aggressive front end, a lot more ventilation, some more louvers. Looks like it could be a bit wider too. And I do particularly like the aero disc covers on the wheels. That's always a favorite for me. It looks like there's a roof snorkel on top too. The setting here at the Camara house though is phenomenal. You have that beautiful backdrop again of Lake Como there as well. This is just peak Italia, ladies and gentlemen, and we are absolutely loving it. Back to some parking lot finds today, the same one as yesterday, but different cars. We have an F12, nice Aventador S2 matte black. That looks pretty mean. I do quite like it in that color. Usually I'm into the more vibrant colors on Lamborghinis, but I gotta say matte black on Aventador S does look good. And the gray looks good on the F12 too. Shouts out to that. Nice E36 M3 in purple. 430 Scuderia. The Gumper is still there. We have a Lotus Emira beside it as well. There's your ultimate road trip car. Roof rack on the Aventador.